12 Stoic Secrets to Become Emotionally Unbreakable. Most people are emotionally overreacting. Most people believe emotional strength means not feeling pain. Stoics believe the opposite. Pain is unavoidable, but being controlled by it is optional. In this introduction, explain how modern life trains people to react emotionally. Instant notifications, constant validation, comparison culture, and emotional dependency. Contrast this with Stoicism, which teaches inner stability regardless of external chaos. Clarify that emotional unbreakability doesn't mean being cold, it means being self-governed. Set the expectation that these secrets require discipline, not motivation, and that transformation happens through daily practice, not inspiration. 1. Master the dichotomy of CO and RO. Explain Epictetus' core teaching. Some things are in your control, others are not. Most emotional suffering comes from trying to control outcomes, people, opinions, and circumstances. Break down what is in our control: judgment, effort, response, values, and what is not: results, past events, other people's behavior. Show how emotionally unbreakable people instantly ask, "Is this mine to control?" If not, they release emotional resistance. Use examples like rejection, disrespect, failure, and betrayal. Emotional strength begins when energy is invested only where influence exists. 2. Remove emotional attachment to outcomes. Stoics didn't avoid goals, they avoided emotional dependency on results. Explain how attachment creates fear, anxiety, and desperation. When happiness depends on success, approval, or winning, emotional collapse becomes inevitable. Teach how Stoics focused on process over outcome. You show up fully, do your duty, and accept whatever follows. This mindset creates calm confidence. Use real-life scenarios, exams, relationships, business, respect from others. When outcomes no longer control emotions, failure loses its power. 3. Expect difficulty before it arrives. Premeditatio malorum. Introduce the Stoic practice of negative visualization. Emotionally fragile people are shocked by hardship. Stoics are prepared for it. Explain how imagining loss, criticism, delay, or discomfort in advance reduces emotional impact when it happens. This is not pessimism, it is realism. When the mind has already walked through difficulty, it doesn't panic. Use examples like losing status, being misunderstood, or plans falling apart. Prepared minds don't break. Unprepared minds do. 4. Stop seeking external validation and explain how needing approval makes people emotionally weak. When self-worth depends on praise, likes, or acceptance, control is handed to others. Stoics believed dignity comes from living according to personal values, not public opinion. Talk about Marcus Aurelius' reminders to ignore applause and insults equally. Show how emotionally unbreakable people validate themselves internally through integrity, effort, and discipline. External validation becomes optional, not necessary. 5. Separate events from interpretation. Events are neutral. Meaning is assigned by the mind. Most suffering comes from interpretation, not reality. Someone's words are just sounds. The meaning we attach creates pain. Explain how emotionally strong people pause before reacting and question their assumptions. Is this objectively harmful, or am I labeling it as such? This pause is the gap where emotional control lives. With practice, reactions slow down, clarity increases, and emotions lose intensity. 6. Practice voluntary discomfort. Explain how Stoics intentionally embraced discomfort: cold, hunger, silence, simplicity, to train resilience. When you regularly choose discomfort, fear loses its grip. Emotionally unbreakable people don't panic under pressure because they've rehearsed hardship. Talk about modern applications: fasting, cold showers, minimalism, digital silence. Discomfort becomes a teacher, not a threat. The mind learns, I can endure this. 7. Detach from the past and futurist Stoics lived in the present because anxiety lives in the future and regret lives in the past. Explain how emotional suffering often comes from replaying events or imagining worst-case scenarios. Teach how Stoics anchored attention to the current duty. Right now is the only place action exists. Emotionally unbreakable people ask, "What is required of me now?" This eliminates overthinking and emotional spirals. 8. Accept people as they are, not as you want them to be. Explain how expectations of others cause constant disappointment. Stoics understood human nature. People act out of ignorance, fear, and self-interest. Acceptance doesn't mean approval. It means realism. Emotionally strong people stop being surprised by selfishness, inconsistency, or disrespect. They adjust boundaries instead of emotions. When expectations drop, peace rises. 9. Turn obstacles into training. The obstacle is the way. Introduce the Stoic belief that obstacles are opportunities to practice virtue. Every challenge becomes training for patience, courage, discipline, or wisdom. Emotionally unbreakable people don't ask, "Why me?" They ask, "What is this teaching me?" Reframe rejection as resilience training, delay as patience training, and failure as humility training. This mindset transforms suffering into growth. 10. Reduce desires to increase. Overreacting. Explain how excessive desire creates emotional vulnerability. The more you need, the easier you are to control. Stoics practiced wanting less, not because they lacked ambition, but because freedom mattered more. Emotionally strong people enjoy pleasures without dependence. They are content with enough. When desires shrink, emotional stability grows. 11. Control your inner dialogue. Heed how Stoics constantly monitored self-talk. Harsh inner dialogue weakens emotional resilience. Explain how emotionally unbreakable people speak to themselves with reason, not drama. Instead of "This is unbearable," they say, "This is difficult but manageable." Language shapes perception, and perception shapes emotion. Mastering inner dialogue is mastering emotional reality. 12. Live as if life is temporary. Memento mori. End with the Stoic reminder of mortality. Knowing life is temporary brings clarity, gratitude, and emotional balance. Explain how remembering death reduces fear, ego, and attachment to trivial problems. Emotionally unbreakable people don't waste energy on petty conflicts because they understand time is limited. This awareness sharpens focus on what truly matters. Emotional unbreakability is a practice, not a persona. A light to reinforce that Stoicism is not about suppressing emotion, but governing it. Emotional strength is built daily through awareness, discipline, and reflection. Remind viewers that mastery is gradual, not instant. Close with a powerful message. When you control your mind, nothing outside can break you. Invite the audience to practice one principle daily and observe the change.